Welcome to the 2A.2 note set on making yes/no questions in French. The simplest way to do it, although it's very informal, is to take any basic French sentence and make your voice rise at the end and then put a question mark on it if you're drawing it or if you're writing it. So, you live in Bordeaux. The sentence could simply become, you live in Bordeaux. The statement, you like French class, could become, you like French class. Again, this is a very informal way to make a question. Esca is a little bit more formal. And again, the pronunciation of the entire expression is esca. Nothing more, nothing less. Esca is used directly before any simple French statement, and then it makes this very formal question for you, which is nice when you're speaking to people that you don't know. If the next word begins with a vowel sound, you're going to use es. It's still pronounced esca, but it's going to be Q-U apostrophe. Please note that esca has no definition in English. Don't try to say that it has helping verbs or anything like that. It simply has no definition. Do you speak French? Est-ce que vous parlez français? If you took the esca off, you'd have the simple sentence, vous parlez français, you speak French. Does he like to draw? Est-ce qu'il aime dessiner? If you took the esca off, you would have he likes to draw, a simple sentence. Tagging is a third way to make a French question. And you take your basic French sentence and you add one of these tag words. N'est-ce pas is the first expression that your textbook teaches to you. And it's something that you say when you kind of already know that the statement is true. So, you are French, aren't you? Would be a good example of that. D'accord is kind of another one. It's probably a little bit less useful than n'est-ce pas, but it's still one that's out there. So it's like you're asking permission. I'm watching TV, okay. The d'accord is this tag, okay. With inversion, you probably want to use the inversion checklist that was given to you and also shared with you in class and also via a shared Google document. It's a complex thing. I will go over it again here, but it's one of those things where if you're using that checklist again and again and again, you're going to get it. If that's not the case, please make sure that you talk to me either in class, email me, or whatever it takes. But this is a complex thing that you just kind of have to be patient about, and you'll eventually get it. Questions can be formed with the version, where the subject and verb are reversed. In the answer, the inversion goes back to the normal order. Do you speak French? Yes, we speak French. The subject pronoun and the verb have been flipped. Another one, do you have a pen? No, I don't have a pen. The subject and the verb have been switched, and in both of the samples that you see, if it's inversion, it's going to have a hyphen. There is kind of an additional step to take when you have a subject pronoun of il or el singular or also on. When you do inversion, you're going to have this T appear. It's a matter of pronunciation. When you flip back everything into the correct order in the answer, the T disappears. So, does she have a brother? Yes, she has a brother. Is there a test? No, there isn't a test. On this slide, you see the step that if you're first learning this is the one thing that kids seem to forget, at least at the first part of this. And by the time you have more practice with this, you won't even have to think about this anymore. But if there is a subject and you want to make inversion, you have to keep the subject and add the subject pronoun that's the equivalent of the subject. It's another one of those, we don't know why, but we just have to do it. So, does the professor speak French? It looks like there are extra words, and in English there would be. However, because it's a French idiom, that's basically what it's limited to. Does Nina arrive tomorrow? You see Nina, the L singular refers to her, but you would never make inversion with a noun, a proper noun. It's only with subject pronouns. Ilya is something that comes into this because it's got kind of got a goofy inversion. The inverted form of Ilya is pronounced Iatil, and se, which you've known for a while, that inversion becomes s, is how it's pronounced. So y a-t-il une horloge dans la classe? Is there a clock in the class? Est le professeur de lettres? Is this the humanities teacher? And this note set also briefly teaches you pourquoi and parce que. So a why question will begin with the word pourquoi. It can have inversion after it, and then if you're asked a pourquoi question, your answer will start with parce que, and then the rest of the statement would be made. These are the practice problems that we may or may not have done. If this was an assignment when you wrote the note set, this is something that's already finished. If this is something that was newly assigned, you are doing the example version of each of these for 2 through 6. And then for 8 through 12, you're doing number 7 is the example for 8 through 12. As always, ask Madame if you have questions about anything.